on sharing life forever. This implies that knowledge by means of propagation continues to flourish. Hence, let's start our event by lighting our traditional lamp. May I request our chief guest to grace the event by lighting the Tukalakku, and I also request other dignitaries to join with us. So please. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. She always focused on teamwork. With this quote, I request our Deputy Head, Dr. C. Shiva Joyce, Associate Dean, SANC, to deliver the welcome address.
I take this opportunity to welcome each and every one of you who have come here. My special welcome to our principal and vice principal in absentia due to administrative reasons they are not with us. I would like to give a very warm welcome to Dr. K. Portumal, sir, Chairman, IEEE Madras Section and Principal of Sairam Engineering College, Chennai. I extend a very warm welcome to Mr. Karthikeyan Prabhanandan, Wireless Architect, Cisco Systems. Special welcome to Mr. Narendran Patravi, Assistant Vice President and last but not least, I would like to invite our special guest, Mr. D. Gokul, Senior Scientist, IEEE. Our guests are very, very eminent personalities in their own fields. In spite of all the hectic schedules, they are with us just to share their knowledge with us. So, my special thanks to each and every one of the guests assembled here. I would like to take this opportunity to extend my sincere welcome to all the participants who gathered here to present your papers. I also welcome our HODs, Deputy Heads, Associate Deans, Faculty Colleagues, and my dear students who have assembled here to take part in the function. Let's all make this function a very grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. The IEEE Conference on International Conference on Smart Structures and Systems is a premier international conference of Savita IEEE branch by Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. I request Dr. M. Manita, Organizing Chair, ICSSS, to deliver a few words about ICSSS 2020.
Good morning, everyone. I extend a very warm welcome to all dignitaries, HODs, faculties, participants, and all learners assembled here. It's my pleasure to deliver the preview of ICSSS. The ICSSS is a premier international conference organized by the Department of ECE, Savita Engineering College, in association with the IEEE Student Chapter and IEEE Student Branch in the year 2012. This conference aims to provide a forum for electrical and electronics engineers and scientists in universities, research centers, and industry to present their work and share their information in the area of smart structures and systems. This conference aims to bring together leading academicians, scientists, researchers, and research scholars to exchange and share their innovative ideas, experience, and research results about all aspects of engineering and technology. The conference paves way to identify and provide feasible solutions to meet ever-growing challenges in science and technology. ICSSS plays a major role in modern industrial world that seeks continuous improvement in performance by miniaturization. ICSSS has been successfully taking place since 2012. The conference publishes papers every year in the IEEE Digital Explore, which is indexed in Scopus. The conference is focused more towards the quality of papers and not the quantity. Last year, we have received around 138 papers and they were published in IEEE Explore and indexed in Scopus. This year, we have received nearly 300 papers, out of which 120 were accepted for publication in the IEEE Explore. The 9th version of the ICSSS commenced successfully with pre-conference workshops by eminent resource persons from industries on recent trending topics like blockchain and cyber security, error control for reliable digital transmission, and PCB design using TiCAD. Taking place over 2 days, the ICSSS 2023 will feature invited talks by eminent scientists and engineers, forum discussions, tutorials, and paper presentations. The invited speakers shall discuss the latest development on evolving technology on smart structures and systems. So I wish the participants to make use of this forum for the research progress and career growth. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I request our Dean, Dr. V. Vijay Chamundishwari, ma'am, to deliver the presidential address.
Happy morning to all. First of all, on behalf of the Savita management and the principal, vice principal, my hearty welcome to all our chief guests in the dais, Dr. K. Porkumaran, Chairman, IEEE Madras Section Principal, Sairam Engineering College, Mr. Kartikeya Prabhanandan, Wireless Architect, Cisco Systems, California, USA, Mr. Narendran Patari, Assistant Vice President, Cognizant Chennai, and Mr. D. Gokul, Senior Scientist, ISRO Chennai. So we have very eminent personalities in the dais and who have contributed to the development of science and technology in various fields. They are working in different areas. We will get to meet all of them today. So we will be having interesting talks from all these speakers following this. So thank you very much for all the guests who have taken time and visited our campus and have assured us your presence today. Thank you very much, sirs. And next is hearty congratulations to the team of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. All the faculty from the conference chair, conference coordinators, all faculty coordinators and the students team, you have done it again. So this is I'm proud to say that this is the 9th international conference and we are consecutively conducting it successfully with a very good number of research papers, and since you are continuously doing it, you are also building a name, and very much thanks to the IEEE as well, the IEEE Madras Section Chairman for continuously supporting us in conducting this conference. And next thing is about all the researchers, faculty, students who have presented your papers. So happy to hear that you have got about 300 plus papers for this conference, and at least even if 1:3 is a count of paper that gets selected with acceptance rate. So even if 100 papers get selected, it is very good, and I'll say that the conference is successful. And the next thing is the exchange of ideas. The number of papers that have come is very good. So the next thing is all of you have to actively participate in the conference, listen to the papers that are getting presented, ask your queries, and you also get to know the different emerging trends or emerging techniques in the research fields as well. That gets you exposed to it. So this is a very good opportunity to know about the recent trends, new techniques that are getting developed, and also you get the ideas on where to take off your research or which is your favorite field of work and all those things. They have the papers in different areas spanning the electronics, communication engineering, electrical engineering, as well the computer science and smart systems, IoT, all are included. So you can choose according to the session papers that are getting presented, you choose what is your field of choice and attend all the papers. So this is a start. So I get to know that many of you are from the first year. So you will you don't think that how you will understand the research paper and all that, but it is a start. When somebody is presenting about the research work, definitely that is, it will easily reach you rather than reading the paper or reading the article, searching for the paper. So this is a very good opportunity, utilize that, and I wish all the conference coordinators, faculty and student coordinators, grand success of this conference. All the best.
Thank you, ma'am. It's time to felicitate our dignitaries. I now request our Dean ma'am to felicitate Dr. K. Kurkumaran, Chairman of IEEE Section. I request Dr. Dhanapani sir, Associate Dean, Affiliation and Accreditation, to felicitate Mr. Karthikeyan sir. I request Deputy Head SCLC Dr. Shri Joyce, Associate Dean, to felicitate Mr. Narendran Patabi. I request Dr. M. Manita ma'am to felicitate Mr. D. Gokul.
Wait, where are
It gives me immense pleasure to introduce the chief guest of the day, Dr. K. Kurkumaran, Professor and Principal of Sri Sairam Engineering College, affiliated to Anna University, Chennai. He has an outstanding academic record and received bachelor's degree in Instrumentation and Control Engineering from Madras University, master's and doctoral degree in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, specialized in control systems from PSC College of Technology, Coimbatore. He has worked for his PhD on new algebraic criterion for analysis and design of linear systems and developed a framework and control strategies for control system engineering. He has 27 years of experience in teaching, in which 20 years of experience in research and development and 17 years in academic administration. Sir has actively engaged in professional societies as Fellow, Institution of Engineers, Senior Member IEEE, Life Member of Indian Society for Technical Education, Biomedical Engineering Society of India, and Association for Computing Machinery, Professional Engineer. At present, he is the Chairman, IEEE Madras Section, awarded as the foremost engineer of the world and outstanding scientist of the 20th century by the International Biographical Centre of Cambridge, England 2007 and 2008 respectively. He has been identified as an outstanding person in the field of science and technology by Madras, USA in the year 2006. He has received many awards like Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan National Award, IEEE Outstanding Engineer Award 2020, IEEE Outstanding Branch Counselor Award 2016 from IEEE USA, Best ISC Chapter Award. He has convened and organized many workshops, conferences and symposia and chaired several technical sessions and the moderator for many scientific sessions in international conferences. He has played additional roles, mentor and branch counselor for professional chapters like IEEE, ISOI, ISE and many more. He has published more than 175 research papers and 12 book chapters extensively in international journals and forums with good number of citations, filed and published 6 patents and has handled a number of industry, government-funded projects and schemes. His research areas of interest include signal, image and video processing, instrumentation, control systems, learning and deep learning. Visited foreign universities at Singapore, Malaysia, Dubai and USA. Adding on to his credit, 13 PhD scholars completed their doctoral degree under his supervision and 3 in progress. Also, he has received a grant in aid of more than 2 crores from various government funding agencies and leading corporates like AFCT, DSC, CSIR, ISRO, DRDO, ICMR, ISA. He has rendered his service as member of Academic, Learning Council, Board of Studies for various reputed institutions and universities. We are glad to have you, sir, and I now request you to share few words.
Dr. N. Duraipandian, sir. Vice Principal Dr. R. Sendil Kumar in absentia. The organizing General Chairs, Dr. V. Vijaya Samundiswari, Dean. Organizing Chairs of this wonderful conference, Dr. M. Manita and Dr. T. Arvind. Conference Chair, Mr. Arvind, Praveen Kumar, and all the organizing committee members of this IEEE conference on smart structures and systems. Distinguished keynote speakers and guests of honors for this conference. Sri Karthikeyan Prabhanandan, wireless architect Cisco Systems from USA. Sri Narendran Pattabi, Assistant Vice President CTS. Sri Gokul, Senior Scientist, Indian Space Research Organization. Very dynamic student branch mentor, Professor Dr. Murthy, and branch counselor, deans, head of the departments, professors, faculty members, and delegates from various parts of Tamil Nadu and national level, and my dearest student friends. Good morning. Very good morning to all of you. It's a great honor and privilege for me to be part of this wonderful gathering. At the outset, I congratulate the dedicated team efforts taken by the organizing team for launching this 9th edition of IEEE International Conference on Smart Systems, Smart Structures and Systems, ICSSS 2023. In a meticulous way, I was able to witness the quality initiatives taken from the organization, Savita Engineering College, very active IEEE student branch of IEEE Madras Section, India Council in Region 10 level. As a technical sponsor of this great conference, IEEE Madras Section, IEEE, is one of the technical co-sponsor of this conference. We were able to see the quality initiatives and meticulous planning taken by the organizing team. Starting from the quality proposal submitted to the IEEE Madras Section as well, IEEE USA. And subsequently, inviting very eminent reviewers in the board, even inviting very specialized keynote speakers, global speakers in the board. And I learned that from MCE, it's a global IEEE unit. I was having close partnership with the IEEE organizing team in Singapore. We were having a discussion during my visit to IEEE Section Congress at Ottawa, Canada, where they mentioned some of the conferences. It is very qualitatively submitted and they are progressing well. Savita conference is one of the conference mentioned by the organizing team. I learned that around 340 plus papers or 400 plus papers have been received. And after blind review process, double blind review process, having quality checks, it has been accepted for 30%. It's a very good 30% of the acceptance rate. It's showing a quality check in between the progress of the conference. And I'm able to see the wonderful arrangements here. Very beautiful Pookolam, Alahiya Pookolam, and all the arrangements and the infrastructure, the technological facilities provided to the students community in terms of innovation, and the happiness and the energy level in the audience. It's really a motivating factor for all of us. Really apologies for my delay due to some unforeseen conditions. Coming to IEEE, this conference, I'm sure it will be a most successful series of conferences. It will create a benchmarking flagship conference event globally. I request the organizing team to maintain the same quality and extend invitations to the global leaders across the globe. There are many IEEE leaders, they are very keen on supporting the conferences like this. So please connect with the very eminent societies, communities, and especially standards that will give a very big global recognitions to the organization as well, the organizing team. It provides a common platform to share the views and findings in connecting with the industry experts, professional organization. In a common platform, it will give a big impact on the scientific community. In IEEE Madras Section is doing a lot of new initiatives in connected to professional development, educational activities, startup and entrepreneurship related activities, creating an innovation ecosystem among the student branches of various colleges in Tamil Nadu and Pondicherry as well India. It is being backed up by IEEE India Council, Region 10, Asia Pacific and Global. Our IEEE volunteers, especially IEEE student branch of Savitha Engineering College as well other institutions in Madras Section, they are able to fetch so many very prestigious awards and recognitions. When you name a Doral Chong Award, Epsilon Pi Award, Larry Wilson Award, these are all the very prestigious awards. This has been received by so many IEEE volunteers from Savitha and other institutions. And Women in Engineering Affinity Group, very, very dynamic now. Young professionals coming out of Savitha and other institutions across India, they are doing wonderful initiative globally. So I request all of you to be very active to get benefit out of that. Mainly, in addition to Madras Section, you have so many societies. Societies plays a major role connected to your technological connections and your domain of operation. Get involved in society operations. In addition to society, like control systems, communication, manned cybernetic society, reliable society, photonic society, and many, there are many communities. These are all called technical communities. You connected to grid computing, cloud computing, quantum computing, there are many communities. Communities at no cost. You can form a group having a society community. And third new initiative happened, Madras Section is leading in that area, local group. When an expert available in an organization like ISRO and Cisco, CTS, L&T, you can get connected with them. I request all of you, maybe at the end of the day, anybody from this organization, you can form a particular group on new area. It may be a cloud computing, it may be a grid computing, it may be a quantum computing, it may be a new area. You can form a local group. There is a link in the VTool. You form a local group, the approval immediately it will reach me. Next second, I can approve the local group. It's a global local group. You can invite the local group globally, and many scientists and technocrats, they will be part of the local group. So, society, community, local group, this will form a very good structure which will enhance your technical skills and innovation and creativity to build your career in a better way. In addition to that, IEEE Foundation, doing a lot of activity, smart village, and IEEE site, special interest group on humanitarian technology under Humanitarian Technology Board. IEEE is mainly focusing on humanitarian connected, social innovation connected activity. Dear students, faculty members, and IEEE volunteers, you prepare a proposal connected to society problem and submit to section as well, headquarters. Under site, we will be able to provide a grant in aid of up to $10,000 US. that will be useful for doing something great, giving back to the community. It's a joy of giving for all of us. And EPIC, engineering projects in community. That also gives a lot of opportunity for all the members here. Not only IEEE members, other members are also can be part of that project. And milestones. You just explore. There are some milestones, nothing but historical, technically historical place. You heard about the GM or RTT in Pune, which is one of the milestones of IEEE. Like so many new initiatives are happening. Collaboratech. Collaboratech is like a LinkedIn. You will be able to get the mentorship from scientists, professors, experts globally. And with the tagline of IEEE, if you are able to connect with the experts who may be a senior most scientist in NASA, they will immediately respond to your, and they will support you for your career growth as well, technical projects. And many things are happening. We are ready to support you and wish you all the very best. Thank you so much for inviting me to be part of this wonderful gathering. All the very best. I feel the opportunity blessed and happy volunteering with the IEEE. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, and we are sure that Savita IEEE chapter will be always active and connect with technocrats globally. Now I request Ms. Shakti, Assistant Professor, to introduce Mr. Karthikeyan Prabhanandan, sir.
Greetings to esteemed guests and participants. I'm honored to introduce our distinguished chief guest, Mr. Karthikeyan Prabhanandan. He is a wireless architect, Cisco Systems, California, USA. He is a trusted advisor for Fortune 1 company. He had 23 years of experience in networking domain. He has several certifications that are widely recognized across the globe in wireless security, cyber security, and cloud computing. He was an alumni of Coimbatore Institute of Technology, involved in volunteer activities like teaching Tamil to kids in US schools. Mr. Karthikeyan is one of the founder members of Trust that provides financial assistance to underprivileged kids in schools and colleges in Tamil Nadu. Hats off, sir. Thank you for being a vital part of this important gathering. As a part of ICSSS, we cordially invite you to address the gathering and share your insights and knowledge with the assembled audience. Please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Wow. It's an honor and privilege to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Thanks to Dr. Dean, your Dean, Dr. Vijaya Chamundishwari, and Principal Durai Pandian, and Vice Principal Dr. Sendil Kumar sir, and the organizing chair, Dr. Vanita, Dr. Shiba, everyone. Thank you all. Thank you, friends, for having me here. Wow. You guys should realize that you're all privileged, right? It's a privilege to be part of this college, this fraternity, this state, everything. Not everybody gets this opportunity. So, have that gratitude. Nobody is here by chance, right? You all have worked hard for it. I wouldn't believe that if somebody says that, hey, I landed here by luck. My dad this, I'm here. No, it's not. You all worked hard. You all wanted a good life, good career going forward, right? That's the bottom line. So, I see a very good mixture of students across the years, right? Starting from 4th till 1st. So, some of the things that you need to imbibe and inculcate, right, as you go forward in your career, once you pass your college degrees. So that's not the end of the world, that's the beginning of the world. That's the beginning of your journey, right? So the key thing is you have to enjoy the journey, and take it from me, the learning never stops. So you need to constantly keep learning. You can have your fair share of fun in your college days. Yeah, we all had. Along with that, have the big picture in mind. So I want each one of you to be successful, enjoy your life, right? To get that, you need to take sincerely like what you're learning, right? It's just not your academics. And this symposiums like this, it provides an excellent opportunity for you to stand out in the crowd. I was really amazed, like, I was surprised. Like, more than 3,500 students graduate from this college alone. Think about the whole of Tamil Nadu, whole of India. It's very competitive. Some of you might have aspirations to go to the US, study, do your PG, get a job there. These are all good, but there too it is highly competitive. It has increased tremendously. 20 years back, when a lot of people, when we had this Y2K problem, most of our, I passed out after the Y2K, but some of the students that passed before me, they just have, all they need to have is an engineering degree. People went to NIT, Aptech, they all graduated, got a computer certification, flew to US, landed in from jobs, they're all settled there. It's not going to be the US like that anymore going forward. Right? So why I'm taking US as an example here? Because that is the technological leader in the world. Like anything that happens in the US reflects back here, right? So the job market is getting challenging year on year. You need to keep upskilling. I'm not here to scare you. Don't take it that way, but I want you to equip yourself. So think about the resumes that will be flooding when you pass your college degree. And how do you stand out from the crowd? Everybody goes through the same syllabus. Everybody has a pretty high GPA. With the resumes that are coming these days, they are very high in academic scores, but low in value. This is the feedback that I hear from a lot of my friends as well, right? So people go on recruitment, come back and give the same feedback. We see high GPA scores, but the value is not there. So think about that. How do you enhance? Take a part of this symposiums like this. Read some articles, write something, right? Just keep doing something. It doesn't have to be flamboyant. You don't have to write technically deep dive articles. You don't have to have like 1,000 followers who sees that, right? So you keep building that footprint in the internet space. At some point, when people look at your name, when they Google, okay, these are 3-4 things that come under your name, and one of that will strike a chord with the person who is recruiting you. Maybe you land up in a good opportunity, right? So have this gratitude, try to give back to your society, and that all these things come only when you have a good life yourself. And one other key thing that I want to inculcate in you is keep adding value. Every interaction is a value add, right? Your friends, don't take anyone for granted, right? So just when you talk with your friend, what is the footprint that you are leaving? Is it positive? And what are you taking from your friend? You can chit-chat with your friend, go out, have fun, sometimes cut classes, go to movies, whatever, right? But at the end of the day, what is the value that you are leaving your friend with? One suggestion I have is, even if you are in a group, right, just have one friend who is doing academically very good. That guy will pull you all up together. Don't ever forget that. If you don't have a friend who is academically good, you are going to face the consequences later. I'm just not being negative here, but I'm telling you this is a tip. Always have that friend who can help you in your academics, right? And I'm pretty amazed. I have to admit that the opportunities that I saw here was tremendous. Your robotics lab, your PCB manufacturing lab, the AR, VR, these are all tremendous. Back in the day, we can't even imagine that we would have something like this. Right? So now you have the opportunities. Even in US, right, it is the same case. They have these labs, they have the opportunities lying everywhere. It's up to you to go make use of it. No one is going to come and give it to you. No one is going to explain how things work, right? You have to do the due diligence. You have to do the studying on your own. This one percolates throughout the industry. It doesn't end with the college. You land in a good job, you go talk to a senior, they are not going to keep feeding you everything. Sometimes they don't even talk. They don't even have 30 minutes of their time with you in a month. You need to make the 30 minutes you get with them much more meaningful. You have to go with the questions, get the answers. So it's not going to be, unfortunately, right, our learning system is all rote learning. We read, memorize, and then write exams, then get a good GPA, and we think we will get plum opportunities because I had the best GPA in the class. That's not, the whole education and skill development thing is changing across the globe. It's just not only in India or US, or anywhere, right? So what is the value that you bring to the table? People will respect only when you, the value you bring can be monetized. Monetize means selling something and then the company is making money and then they give that share to you, right? If you don't bring in value and because of you, the company is not making money, then it's not a relationship like you have with your parents, right? So they can, it's a business relationship. It goes either ways. So have that in mind. Always focus on what value I can bring, what value I can get in any interaction, right? And always think about the use case, what it can do to enhance people's lives. If you hear the speeches given by all these corporate CEOs, right, you might have heard so far, or if not, you go check in the YouTube. They don't say that, hey, I want to sell more iPhones so I can make money, right? I want to sell more computers so I can get rich, buy an island, I can get the best car. They don't say that. They all related to the value that they bring to common man's life, right? People say, yeah, I want to build more iPhones, I want to sell more iPhones because people can make use of it and then they can do their business. So even if they don't have a laptop, they're connected wherever they go, they can run their business, attend conference meetings, right? So think about that use case. Think about that, what difference it makes to the people who don't have that privilege. With all these connected structure systems, I can go theoretical, but I don't want to bore you all, right? So think about what use case it can bring and what it can, how it can help the people who are selling groceries, right? Who commute far from their workplace to their homes, back and forth. So all of this, right, you relate to a common scenario. In fact, people talk about innovation, right? You have to keep innovating, you have to do this. Innovation is nothing, just it's all lying out there. Look at the problems that everyone faces and then find a solution. It doesn't have to be complex. So I want to leave you all with a thought, and one asset that you have for the next 3 years or 2 years, however long you are in the college, is your friends. So be good with your friends, build strong relationships. I have my friends, it's been like 23 years now. We still interact, we help each other out, we try to collectively, we help people out there, underprivileged people. I take, that's my kind of happiness, right? Everyone, you will find your own calling at some point. And when it strikes you, try to give back to the society. Try to bring somebody who cannot come up on their own, right? When you think that, when your thought process is, I want to help someone, automatically you will enhance yourself. It's for your own good as well, right? So, my final tip or suggestion for you is, have that confidence. We all started as with the same syllabus, same class, everything, right? So some people go up, some people go, they don't do academically well. That's fine. It's a long journey. There will always be ups and downs. When we were kids, we used to tell our parents, right, hey, somebody gets a good mark, then why are you comparing, right? Why are you comparing him to me? Probably he is gifted. I'm not. So same way you have to follow for the rest of your life. You don't have to compare with your friends how much, where he works. what's the salary he's making, or why am I not making enough? Because it's always, some people go up, people go down. It is just not only the career-oriented thing, right? Some people might have dedicated their life too much for the work. They lose something on the personal front. So it's a balance, right? So I want all of you to be happy. I want you all to enrich yourself. And if there is some small takeaway from the gathering that the opportunities your principal has provided, always make the best use of it. It may be like a session, like probably some of you might feel boring for the next 2 hours, but we're not going to get this opportunity outside. Here, they do it for you. Once you graduate, you need to run different cities. That's how I built my career. I have to go attend conferences, seminar, I have to go present papers, give demos. All I have to do on my own, right? It's so tough. Anyway, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll leave my LinkedIn with your faculty. Just in case you need any suggestion on the career front, please feel free to reach out to me. And yeah, like some of you might aspire to study in the US. Right? So it's like I said, it's getting competitive out there. Unless you enhance your skill and value, it's not going to be easy. But stay positive. You'll all do well. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Our learners will always learn with joy and be with friends, sir. I call upon Ms. T. Archana, Assistant Professor, to introduce Mr. Narendran Patabi, sir.
We are honored to have a distinguished Mr. Narendran Patabi, Assistant Vice President and SBU Head, cognizant here. Without further delay, it's my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Mr. Narendran Patabi has been with IT industry for 23 plus years, started his career with Infosys and with Cognizant for the past 13 plus years. In Cognizant, he has held diverse leadership positions across India and United States. Mr. Narendran is currently Assistant Vice President and Global SBU Head of Application Services for Retail, Consumer Goods, Travel, Hospitality, Manufacturing, Logistics, Energy and Utilities business units. In his role, Mr. Narendran leads a global team of 6,000 associates delivering application development, application maintenance, and application modernization services to help his clients to navigate and accelerate its shift to digital. His key area of strength include client centricity, delivery and transformation excellence, change management, and stakeholder management. Mr. Narendran holds a bachelor's degree in electronics and communication engineering from University of Madras. His recent hobby is towards maintaining a healthy lifestyle, covered 3,500 kilometers by walk in the past 1 year. Your wisdom and perspective are sure to inspire, enlighten, and leave an enduring impact on all of us. Let's extend a warm and enthusiastic welcome to our keynote speaker. We are welcoming you, sir. We request you to share your thoughts with us.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. That's better. Thank you. Thank you, Dean ma'am, staff of Savita Engineering College, and my distinguished guest on the dais. And special mention to Dr. Vanitha for calling me and getting me here. Thank you, ma'am. I think it always gives me immense pressure to come to campuses for two reasons, right? And especially this one, I will add a second reason on top of it, right? The first one is always the energy, what I see within the campuses, right? And it's very infectious, and every time when I get out of the campuses, I carry that energy along with me. I feel a lot more energized. So that's what makes me keep coming back to campuses. I used to do regular campus interviews every year as part of my company. Maybe last few years it's not in the country, and last couple of years because of COVID I couldn't make it, but really happy to be back. And I think the second reason which makes it very special today for me at least is I graduated with ECE degree when I did engineering. Maybe I didn't do any justice after that to what I studied for 4 years. Maybe I think it's a sense of gratitude to come back to the department and sort of talk to the budding EC engineers. Maybe I know my fellow speakers spoke a lot about a lot of other things. Maybe let me start it on a lighter note, right? Even though it's been like 25 years since I hung up my boots on ECE, I think still there are certain things which is still evergreen in my mind, right? The first one, right, when I selected the branch as ECE is what I'm going to study, and I was talking to one of my seniors, asking him, hey, what's your feedback? The first thing he told is, there is a big threat in 5th semester. There is a paper called Digital Signal Processing, or DSP. If you clear that paper, then you're pretty much, you'll be an engineer at the end of the day. So I think, because he was always telling, hey, that's one of the papers which is very tough and everybody struggles. You make sure you sort of make it out in the first attempt. If you don't do it, you're going to struggle in the repeated attempts, right? So that's the first thing that always comes to my mind, even when some of my friends get together, my college team. We always talk about some of those days, what we did in college with some of those papers and how did we manage to get through. The second instance that comes to my mind is also, maybe it's an year after I graduated. I was working in a different company and I was going for an interview for a company called Alcatel-Lucent. This is a communication software company. So I went in to the interview from an IT standpoint. That's where I was expecting them to interview me on. I went in, I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately for me, the guy who was interviewing me was also from an ECE background. He saw the ECE branch in my resume, and the first question he asked was, hey, I know you came for a different skill set, but you graduated with ECE and you would have studied for 4 years. Should I start with some questions from that background? So I was like, hey, should I say yes or no at that point of time? But my ego came in the way, right? Saying that, hey, yeah, I studied for 4 years. Why not? Let me take a stab at it. I still remember the question, maybe 20 years, 25 years back it happened. Still remember the question. He asked, what are the types of switching that's used in networking, right? I thought for a few seconds. I said, yeah, I know there is a packet switching, there is a message switching, and I know there is a third one, but I couldn't recollect. That guy smiled. I couldn't understand why he was smiling. Then he said, Naren, you know what? The third one is circuit switching, and that is what we do here, right? So I thought for a minute, yeah, I goofed up the interview, right, in the first instance, but still, I think I could manage through the 60 minutes, got the offer. Unfortunately, I couldn't join for a different reason, but still. So why I wanted to quote that instance is, learning doesn't stop, or learning will give you a hand at some point of time, right? You never know when it is going to help you. So when you're learning something in college, it's not just to pass the paper or score higher marks. It's about understanding what you're doing and make sure, and at some point of time, you never know when it will come in handy. I think before coming here, I think we were given a tour on the facilities that the colleges provided. I think some of them are fantastic, right? I think one of the things that impressed me a lot was on the chip designing facility, what I was shown. Even though I studied, maybe known about it for 30 years now, I never seen one in hand. All my interaction with that is all through the books and the diagrams that was there in the books. I think the first time I saw something in action, I think that's very, very critical, right? The practical learning goes a long way, because at least it's not about your by-hearting what is there in the book and trying to replicate in the exam papers, but the practical learning it, why it is working, how it is working is very, very critical. I think getting that kind of an exposure is phenomenal. Please take advantage of that. I think coming back to the smart systems, right? Maybe I would like to touch upon, I think I saw a few of the use cases in some of the labs that was being built. I think the first and foremost thing I want all of you guys as budding engineers to be aware of is, why is it being done? See, technology is always an enabler part. It's always an enabler, right? It's ultimately what is the purpose. That is what takes the front seat. It could have been a mainframe, it could have been a C, might be a Java, tomorrow you don't know what it is going to be, right? Technologies will keep changing based on requirement, but what is the outcome? Just to put things into perspective, I want to talk about a couple of scenarios, right? How the smart systems are coming into use. The first one, at least which touches a lot of human guys, is a critical patient monitoring we want to talk about, right? Unlike in India, where there is a support system of relatives and friends who comes in and sort of supports you when somebody gets sick at an old age. In US, it's a completely different system, right? You talk about old age people all around in a hospital with no care. Every time maybe a nurse comes in at 4 hours or 6 hours to take care of them and look at their vital stats and things like that. What a smart systems has done, it has integrated the vital stats into the systems, creating alerts, creating text messages for the doctor when something goes wrong. I think that's the power of technology. It could have been written in Java, whatever it is, I don't care. What is the intent it's trying to fulfill? I think that is what is critical. When you guys are studying something, keep asking the question on, why are we doing it? Where I can apply it, I think that is very, very critical. I saw a racetrack in your laboratory, right? I was given a demo on the cars going in autonomous and things like that. But where is it going to get used up? It's not about writing a code to meet the requirements on, hey, my professor has told me if I have to pass in the practical lab, I have to write a code to get the car around the track without going out of track. That is maybe a requirement, but where is it going to get used? Imagine about it. A dangerous defense operation that's happening. This kind of autonomous vehicle is be of immense use because it's going to save lives. Maybe the another use case I want to quickly talk about is also around retail. That's the industry where I predominantly work on. I think one of the retailers had this problem of, they have this freezers, right, to keep meat and frozen foods. The problem they had was, sometimes the refrigeration doesn't work or some malfunctioning, suddenly the temperature goes up. If the temperature goes beyond the point, either the food goes waste, or worst case scenario is, they don't realize the food has gone waste, and they go and sell it to the customers, right? It creates a bad impact, bad customer feedback. The customers will not come back to your store again. And more importantly, in US, they can pretty much sue you if something goes wrong. So customer is running into millions of dollars of losses because of this one small problem. Because what happens is, the refrigeration goes off, and nobody notices. The engineer comes once in 6 hours and 8 hours in a shift to check whether it's working. So he will recognize there is a problem only 6 hours or 8 hours later. So what we did for our customers is, we wired it up, right, with the systems and sort of made sure there is an alert that flows in. Whenever the temperature goes below or above a certain threshold, alert automatically goes to the support engineer. Support engineer can come and fix it on its own, right? So what it did, it compressed the entire life cycle time of what it takes to sort of resolve the issue, right? So I think the reason why I can keep talking about multiple use cases in every industry, right? I spoke about one on the life sciences sector, one on the retail sector. I can keep talking about in every form of business, these kind of use cases are in plenty. The reason why I wanted to tell you guys is, keep thinking of, as engineers, I think what is very critical is, keep thinking about why are we learning something and why are we doing something. If there is a theory somebody is saying, or there is a law somebody is saying, where is it going to be applicable, right? I think the applicability is going to be extremely key. Keep your focus on that question, because that will go a long way in your careers. I think, having said that, next few minutes I wanted to spend on what it takes to be successful in a career, right? Because we recruit tens of thousands of people every year from engineering schools back to our corporates. There are certain nuances and certain things I want all of you guys, I know most of you are from the first year, to be aware of, so that it helps you the next 3 years before you graduate to create that kind of a mindset, right? That will help you to go a long way in your career. The first and foremost thing, what I see operate is not being flexible. Be very, very flexible, especially at the start of your career. Because if you are getting flexible, your number of opportunities you are going to get is going to be much, much higher compared to if you are getting very rigid, right? I think maybe I would say the graduates who came out from 2020 to 2022 are a bit deprived, right? The reason, reason why I use that word is their trainings were remote. They never experienced a transition from a campus life to a corporate life. You guys will all have that opportunity. I still see a lot of reluctance for people to come back to work. People are so comfortable sitting in their couches trying to work. They might be working, right? No questions about it. I think there is a lot of things beyond work in a corporate work culture, and the most important thing is about creating the networking, right? I think the more networking you create, the more relationship you create within your professional environment is going to go a long way. Sitting at home, that's not going to happen, right? So I think that's something which is very, very critical. The other thing, right? Also, I keep hearing from people saying that, hey, I want to work in this kind of technology or this kind of projects. So I've spoken to some of those guys personally, right? I've asked, hey, somebody will say, I don't want to do an application support project. I want to do only application development. So I go to them and ask them, hey, what is the reason? Tell me why it is. So most of the times, 90% of the times, what I've heard is, my seniors told me so, or suggested me so. Then I ask them, okay, tell me what is application development, what is application support? Nobody will have a clue, right? The first 2 years, just take it what it comes. And then by the end of 2 years, you will all have your own views built in on what is right for your career. And that will take you places. I will tell you my own instance, right? When I initially got recruited, I got recruited as a Java developer. It was not until 6 years after joining the company, I got to work in a Java environment, right? For 6 years, I didn't get a chance. But what I did was, because multiple other technologies where I got an opportunity, I continued to work on. By the end of 6 years, instead of being an expert in one technology, I had 4 or 5 technology up my sleeves. Right? I think that's the opportunity it will come in. The opportunities will come along. Okay. The critical thing is, are we in a position to grab it, capitalize on it, is very, very critical. I think in our industry and this age where we are living, one thing that cannot stop is learning, right? It has to be continuous learning, right? I think 30 years back, right, when computers initially came to India, I think there is a lot of talk about the jobs from humans are going to be taken away and computers are going to take all over and we are not going to end up with no jobs. What has happened 30 years fast forward? The jobs have become multiplied because of IT. So the jobs all continue to remain, jobs will continue to increase, but the profile of jobs, the expectation of the jobs is going to change, right? Maybe 20 years later, it was a Y2K problem where we were working on mainframes. Now people are working on Java full stack. Maybe now Gen AI is going to take over. So what Gen AI says, for example, Copilot, which is from Microsoft, they say the development effort is going to get reduced by 60 to 70% when we use some of their platforms. What does it mean? So there are going to be 60 people not going to have a job out of 100? Definitely not. What it is going to create is certain other high-profile jobs, like a prompt engineers. Instead of developers, there are going to be prompt engineers going to get developed, right? And it's going to be much more high-paying than what a developer will get. So the key is skilling. Don't stop your learning, right? That's very, very critical. And the last, but not the least, as all of us, you guys starting your career, put a value to what you're doing. That's extremely critical, right? Because maybe the campus interview success rate might be very good in this college, and I see many colleges as well, but there are colleges where there is no campus interviews. And people come out of the college, struggle to get a job. Talk to some of those friends like that. They will tell you the importance of the job. Sometimes people take it very for granted. For example, when I graduated, my college didn't have a campus. I had to come out, struggle for 6 months before I get a job. Though I repented at that point of time, I wasted 6 months of my career. But if you ask me now, glad that happened. Because even after 25 years, every day when I wake up, when I go to my job, I put a value to my job. That's very, very critical, right? Maybe I will pause it with the last quote, one of my favorite quotes from Harsha Bhogre, the famous cricket commentator, right? So he talks about talent can open the first door, maybe the second door, maybe some subsequent doors, but talent alone cannot open the last successful door for you. It's the right attitude combined with talent is what is going to open the doors for you, right? So while talent, skilling is all critical, attitude is extremely critical. Positive attitude, networking, working along with people is all what is going to make your career a very successful one. With that, I wish you all the best and also wish you a very successful career as you guys move along. I'll be more than happy at any point of time if you guys need any help to be forthcoming and help you guys. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will focus on the applications and utilize all the opportunities on our way. Now I request Ms. G. Kirtika, Assistant Professor, to introduce Mr. D. Gokul. Ma'am, please.
A very good morning. A very warm welcome to each one of you gathered here today. It's an honor and a privilege to have Mr. D. Gokul amongst us, gracing this occasion with their esteemed presence. Mr. D. Gokul, your illustrious career, remarkable achievements, and unwavering dedication have been a source of inspiration for many of us. Your commitment at various levels in quality, projects, research and development area at Satish Dhawan Space Center, Indian Space Research Organization, and Carbon Universal Limited, Murugappa Group, and your leadership in managing various projects for small satellite launch vehicle and solid motor, assembly, testing and launch operations. He has received many awards like Young Scientist Merit Awards for outstanding initiatives with innovative approach and service delivery by Indian Space Research Organization. He has received Youngest Industry Youth Icon Award, Tesla Award at 2018. And Youth Icon Leadership Award at 2022 by Institute of Engineers. And also he has received Best Young Engineer Award at 2020 by Institute of Engineers. He has worked as Mission Director for Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Space Research Payload Cubes and also Mission Director for Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Student Satellite Launch Vehicle Mission at 2023. He has completed Internal Auditor on Quality Management System ISO 9001-2008. He has also published 42 papers in various national and international conferences. He also addressed more than 30 guest lectures at various prominent institutions. He received Rs 12 lakhs as an innovation by ISRO Innovation Management. He also received awards such as Guinness World Record and World Book of Record, Asian Book of Record for the Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Space Research for Space Zone Martin Group for launching 100 Femto satellite for various study application in the upper atmosphere. We would be honored if you could address the gathering, sir. We welcome you. Thank you.
ஸோ காலை வணக்கம். நமக்கு தெரியும்ல, எழுந்துக்கலாமா? குட் மார்னிங். Okay, so it's great. I think we have been part of this international conference, especially conducted by IEEE. Definitely I should thank the management, the Chancellor of Savitha University, as well as the Principal and Vice Principal, and also the guests of honors who have been occupied along with me. And the faculties and especially the students. I think they said, I think the fresh brain of school has been transferred into engineering college, right? Amma thane? Tamil பேசலாமா இங்கிலீஷ்ல பேசலாமா? புரியல. ஓகே, தமிழ்லயே பேசலாம்ன்றாங்க. வெரி குட். ஸோ நம்ம மாற்றியே பேசலாம். ஏன்னா சென்னையில் வந்தாச்சுன்னா தமிழும் இங்கிலீஷும் மாற்றி தான் வந்துட்டு இருக்கோம். Telugu also is there. Okay. So good, I think you would have heard about a good amount of sessions from the eminent people. See, I think from Cisco, from Cognizant, and we have a IEEE chairman. Definitely, I think it is an occasion that you people have been gathered here for getting some kind of a knowledge. And I'm just transforming from the school and அப்படியே வந்து உங்களை ஒரு காலேஜில் உட்கார வச்சிருக்காங்க. Maybe first time I think you are attending the conference or already attended after your first time. ஆமாம். So that is a good, I think, at least you can see how the conference happened. And you know, like how many the coordinators has been contributed to happen this conference? 58 numbers. 58 numbers has been involved to build up this international conference, to make themselves, their college, to be on the higher rising flag. So that is what they have done it. So importantly, I think the smart structures and about the conference, Naria, I think that's a technology which is coming up in a very huge manner in all over the world. Smart and so I think always we see, right, two important, one the hard work and one smart work. Which all you all believe? Smart work or hard work? Appo smart work na enna? அப்படியே ஸ்ட்ரைட்டாக போகாமல் அப்படியே குறுக்கு சந்தில் போய் அப்படியே ஜெயிச்சிருது கரெக்ட் தானே? That is one way. See, what we see, I think the smart material is also the same. Because I think the world has not seen after 1960s, I think there's a change has happened. They want to create a good amount of strength of material with less weight. That is one kind of a smart material they designed. There's a technology called nanotechnology. You bring it up something around 10 to the power of -9, I think you design the material and it has a value added strength. So that is what they made a smart material. The smart material can be categorized into three. One is like a concrete, that also they can make a smart one, metals and your polymers. So these three are like occupied completely world on the smart technology and smart material. But one thing I think you all have to see, smart material doesn't come எங்கிருந்தோ புதுசாலாம் வரல. I think it comes from our nature. ஏதாச்சும் ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள் கொடுங்க, the smart material that comes from nature. நேச்சர்னா தெரியும்ல? We are all living with nature and environment. You know plant leaf? Plant leaf தெரியும்ல? இலை. So that is having one smart technology. What it is? Photosynthesis. என்ன technology அது? It's solar technology. It takes light and then it converts as a food, right? So that's where like solar technology has born up. From the leaves we learn it. You know silk, the silk comes from the, what is that, your scorpio or some small insects are there, right? So there it comes from, I think, your fibrous material. And if you see bat, I think it gives up something, a kind of a radar technology. Everything is built with the nature. And we are around the nature and we know nothing is new to us. It's already in the nature and we are bringing back and we are making as a technology and we are talking about it. That is what these 2 days is going to happen at. You had a good opportunity today. I think even after this inaugural, try to go and see where is the oral presentation happening. The book vaangi parunga, you can see some of the papers. It's going to be Greek and Latin, but definitely this can be a startup. That's what like the eminent guest was saying. Always make some good start and definitely it will carry over for another 4 years. So make that as a startup for this conference and ஏதோ கூட்டு வந்திருக்காங்க உட்கார வச்சிருக்காங்க ஏதோ ஆடியன்ஸ் ஃபில் அப் மாதிரிலாம் நினைக்காதீங்க. You can always gain, I think, at least 1% of your confidence to see such a technology, what is really happening on this conference. Then I think you can able to travel another 3 years of your period in adopting this technology and you can show your own value-added project in a bigger way. See now the company, like outside market is so tight. Don't think that, you know, like what is the complete strength is happening around the AI industry 4.0, AI, data science, machine learning, IoT. Complete, I think if you try to see in Tamil Nadu itself, I think more than 2-3 lakhs people have started studying that this year. And do you think when you come out, I think you are going to get 3 lakh jobs for this area? It's going to become again question mark. It's not that easy. The competitions comes out is going to be huge. If you are going to be unique and you are going to stand still, definitely I think you can able to achieve that. Otherwise, you are going to become one among that and you are going to become something like a job market searcher. And at last what will happen? Swiggy or Zomato, Flipkart, and the Mari Nalamik also we can go. Because job market becomes tight and you don't find any job, what is the next option? So this is the time I think you have to start building your own technology. See, they said about I'm from ISRO. Definitely, I think ISRO is one of the most the prestigious institutions, and I'm so happy. I think this is the second time I'm in, I think third time in your Savitha Engineering College. We have opened one society called Engineers Without Border. So just Google and see. And more than seeing a big boss, over time you can also see this. And what is the society is involved with us. Engineers Without Border, but then you'll know how you can able to contribute yourself for this society by building something like new technology. India is having so many poverty lines. Maybe some of you, how many people come from village background? Ella city dana? Anybody is there from village? You can always raise your collar. See, because you people are not giving the proper food material, I think city can get collapsed. That is what we have seen in the COVID also. Entire industry was closed up. Everybody started putting up inside our house. Only one people, I think they said, it is my country, it is my people, I will never close up, I will go to farming, I will go and cultivate the rice, I will bring it for you on your doorstep. That is only village people. If they are not there, definitely I think India would have been collapsed. keeping 144 million people, and we are all not like begging for any food for anybody's nation, and we came back very soon from the COVID is because of building up of rural India. And same rural India, how you can contribute. See, engineering படிச்சிட்டு அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன், வேலைக்கு போக போறேன், வேலைக்கு போய் சம்பாதிக்க போறேன். That is one part of our life, and that is only like a marketing place where you are going to place yourself. But another part of life is also there, how you can able to bring up humanitarian engineering. If a doctor want to complete, I think 5 years, I think he has to do 1 year house surgeon, because he is going to operate us. நாளைக்கு நமக்கு வந்து ஒரு ஊசி கொடுக்கணுமோ இல்ல ஒரு மாத்திரை கொடுக்கணுமோ அப்படி இருந்தா கூட I think he has to know, I have undergone something 100 people, I have got trained, now I become a doctor. But engineers not so. You become an engineer with 4 years, writing in exams, practical exams, and then semester project and submit it, get a degree and go. But if I ask you, there is some fuse has gone in my house, can you come and repair it? That is not my job, you call technicians. Okay, something we can build some small house in our house. No, அது கொத்தனாரை கூப்பிடுங்க, I am an engineer. அப்படிதான் இப்போ இருக்கு ட்ரெண்டே, because we are not getting that much of source knowledge to implement level. நம்ம என்ன நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம், இன்ஜினியர்னா ஒயிட் காலர், அப்புறம் அப்படியே ஐடி ஃபீல்டில் வந்து சினிமாவில் பார்க்குற மாதிரி அது இன்ஃபோசிஸ் விப்ரோ அந்த பஸ்ல ஏறி உட்காந்துச்சுன்னா, பட் யூ டோன்ட் நோ தி ஹவு மச் ப்ரெஷர் தேர் அண்டர்கோயிங் அதர் தென் தி மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் செக்டர். இஃப் யூ கோ அண்ட் சிட் இன் தி மேனுஃபேக்சரிங் செக்டர், ஐ திங்க் யூ ஆர் so happy. You will be running around the machines, you can learn many things and you can apply your own knowledge and you can see the product. But IT isலாம் வந்து you think that it is a white collar job, butterflies மாதிரி கலர்ஃபுல்லா இருப்பாங்க, ஆனா அங்க போய் உட்கார்ந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் அந்த pressure வந்து you cannot handle it. They will crush your brain. They will not give you time to eat or drink or tea. ஜிம்னு இருக்கும். இன்ஃபோசிஸ்லாம் ட்ரைனிங் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் எடுத்தோடனே நிறைய பேர் உங்க ப்ரொஃபசர்ஸ் கூட போயிருப்பாங்க, உங்க சீனியர்ஸ் உங்க பிரதர். இன்ஃபோசிஸ் ட்ரைனிங் இஸ் சம்திங் so abundant. போய் பார்த்தாவே ஜிம் இருக்குன்னுவாங்க, காஃபி டே இருக்குவாங்க, ஆனா you cannot go at all because that much schedule they will create on you. It is only like a showcase. Same way, I think engineering also going to be happened at, but how you are going to take it in your own hand. நீங்க வந்து you are going to create a job for you or you are going to create job for others. That level also you can think it. So maybe always think about how you can always come out yourself and make yourself proactive and be confident. That is very important. ISRO has done that. So maybe if you try to say, I think 1960s to till today, the pioneer organization in our country is, we can say always raising our collar ISRO. Because எல்லாருமே வந்து கிரிக்கெட் மேட்ச், ஐ திங்க் இந்தியா ஆஸ்திரேலியா மேட்ச் அப்போ யாருமே தூங்கிட்டு கூட மாட்டாங்க, நைட்டு ஃபுல்லாக தூங்கிக்க மாட்டாங்க இந்தியா தோத்ததுனால. பட் சேம் பீப்பிள், ஐ திங்க் தேர் ஆல் லைஃப் ஃபார் 2 incident, one is Chandrayaan 2 and Chandrayaan 3. I think you also might be. பார்த்தீங்களா எல்லாருமே Chandrayaan 3 landing? How many of you seen Chandrayaan 2 landing? எப்போ நடந்தது Chandrayaan 2 landing? Okay, so some people are awake. Good. Yeah, so 2019. See, I think you see, I think ISRO நம்மளுடைய அந்த ஹிஸ்டரியே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, I think it's so something like so dynamic. ஒரு படத்தை பார்க்குற மாதிரி இருக்கும். We started our journey with nothing. We went in the bicycle to take the rocket and we carried the satellite in the bullock carts and the journey started in 1960. I think one person we all love, we have not seen Vivekananda or Mahatma Gandhi, but we have seen the APJ Abdul Kalam. I think he is the first person who launched the first satellite of our country, SLV, as a project director. That is the day in 1980 he has given one rocket to our country and we started flying up and we are having, I think 4-5 rockets and that can even go towards Mars or Moon. That kind of development we have made it. It is none other than like some Americans or Africans or Russians has come and they have worked for us, nothing. It's all Indian. 1947, the British period has left our country and went, I think nothing was there. And if you read the history, that is very, very important. 47 to 2023, it is 75 years of independence. We have grown up like something. First 25 years, if you try to see, I think India was started developing it. 1972 till 47 ல இருந்து 72 நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த 25 வருஷத்துல India started seeing, can we able to build a hospital, can we able to build a road, can we able to create industrial revolution, can we build colleges, அந்த மாதிரி திங்க் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க. But 72 to 97, I think the pickup is so high. First time we have launched the rocket SLV, we have proved the world, because creating a rocket is not that easy. First time we failed, second time we success, and the entire world was seeing us in different picture. Who is this country, India? British people himself couldn't able to launch their own rocket, but we have launched. 200 years, where he is ruling it, but he couldn't able to do, we have done. That is the technology build up what India has given it. Next we have entered into DRDO, we have created Agni, Prithvi and the Panjabhutangala நம்ம உருவாக்கணும். Then third, we have shown to the world Pokhran atomic explosion. This 3 is not like making others to get afraid. This 3 is making our own self-reliant country. And second thing, this 3 is only making us high technology development can be reached out by the 3 technology, space, defense and atomic. If 3 is achieved in any part of the country, any part of the world, I think that country is highly reliable. They can do whatever technology they want to achieve that. That is what we have done it. If you try to see from 1997 to 2003, that 25 years of period, this 3 technology has boosted us to open up a big infrastructure for outside people to come inside. They got a security bounded. They think India is something like highly knowledgeable people. I think we need to invest more money. We need to open up for so much of IT revolution thinking, pharmaceutical, manufacturing, and those things has come last 25 years. If these 3 technologies would have not come on, I think our employment would have been drenched like negative also. Because 2000 onwards, I think we see the evolutions thinking about IT industries has gained up, and today I think so much of engineers got the job and they have been having their purchase power or like their own GDP of our nation is because of this field. And again, you can see automobile industry, this whole Sriperumbudur is covered up with automobile industry. Again, you can see pharma. I think whole COVID, people were inside and many countries were started searching for the vaccine, but our own country has developed our own vaccine and we didn't take our own patented to some other country, you manufacture and give us, we have to give vaccine for our people. No. We have our own country and we have shown to the world we can cure ourselves by our own vaccine, manufacturing, make in India. That is the proud moment what we have done in last 25 years. Now you see this 2023 to 2047, that is the year of you people. The next 25 years, India is going to celebrate its 100 independence. I think India is going to be something like top 5 countries in economic, in atomic, in all space technology, defense and IT, everywhere I think we are going to be in top 5. But in top 5 when we see, I think that technology is only for making our life something like moving like a machine, or it has to make our life as a humanitarian based, that you have to think. Because now you study AI, I think it's an artificial intelligence, we don't have brain, we are implementing to computer, we are asking computer to do it. And we are starting machine learning, machine, you learn, you yourself discover, you yourself run. And data science, all the data can be pulled up, make some kind of a model and do that. But that is really required where we wanted to explore some kind of a new technology. But some areas we doesn't require, where we have to see our own human feel, human touch, what we have lived. 25 years before, same thing you have to live it. If you ask your parents or grandfather, I think they lived a happy life. But right now, if you ask us or next generation or your own father, they're running the life with the machines. But that change has to happen. Have your technology, this one mobile phone can launch one rocket, you know. That kind of technology is inside. Why we require 256 GB hard disk and something around 8 GB RAM and Intel core, all this is required in the mobile phone? Nothing. My company is producing and we are also using for seeing some videos, games, that's all. But if at all you use right technology, I think this mobile phone can even launch a rocket. That kind of technology is inbuilt in that. Same way, we have so much of technology, advancing is going to come in the next 25 years, but always see that I want to put up myself in the right technology. I will make myself, if I want to build my engineering, it has to have a humanitarian based. That humanitarian should always concentrate on my own surroundings, my own environment, my own country also. You think that India is not having more toilets, that doesn't have electricity, no proper drinking water. So many problems are there. Engineers can solve it. That is the way you also have